Thanks for having me, first of all. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Maybe you have class after this, maybe not. I don't know, there's 2 classes in here. But why am I here? Couple reasons. I want to get in front of you guys and just have a conversation about what it takes to make it in the fitness industry. I don't know what your plans are, but you're exercise science majors. So it could be a possibility that you want to get into something along the lines of the fitness industry. So I wasn't too long ago in these seats, right? I graduated 4 years ago, and I got lucky enough to attach myself to a really successful name in the fitness industry, and he helped me along on my way, and 3 years into my career with him, I'm in places where I never thought I would be. So I wanted to pass that information along to you guys, as well as introduce Game Changer as like a viable option for you guys to have an internship. I'll go into it later on, but it's our hiring tool. It's how we hire coaches, is through our internship program. We've had a couple from William Patterson, so I wanted to get in front of you guys and have conversations about that as well. I'm JT Gutowski, and who am I? Who's this guy standing in front of you? I went to Colonia High School. I played football and baseball at Colonia High School, love sports, love being active, fitness. Then I went to McDaniel College. It's in Maryland, played football there, D3 school, similar to here, very small school. I learned a lot at McDaniel. I played football, but I found out there that I didn't love football as much as I loved the strength training aspect of it. So I went into McDaniel as a journalism major. I wanted to be a sports writer. And then I was like, I don't want to do it 8 a.m. public speaking class. That is not me. So I switched out of that quick, exercise science major, and then found my way into strength and conditioning through there. I was lucky enough to have connections where I had an internship at Rutgers University for the football strength team. I did that for 1 summer and I loved it. It was everything I wanted. Like, this is really what I want. I want to be a college strength coach. That's all I've ever wanted, and I'm going to pursue it. I'm going to do it. Once I graduated McDaniel, the people from Rutgers thought I did a good job, and they got me hooked up with the Jets. Had a summer internship with the Jets and their strength staff, and hated it. It's not what I wanted to do anymore. I didn't want to live that lifestyle. And that's part of why I'm here too, is to maybe get you really excited about a career in the fitness industry, but also maybe to scare you away from it as well. And that's what that experience did for me. I didn't want to be part of a pro or college team anymore. I wanted to be in the private sector where I am now. And that's me, a game changer now. So moving forward, these are the things that I am on a daily basis. It's the people that I work with, that I work for, and that I train. I'm most importantly a coach. That's what I love to do. I love to coach anywhere from adult fitness to high school, middle school teams, and I do that every day. I'm the director of the internship program. I run things as far as the hiring of interns, the training of them, making sure that they're getting what they need from an educational standpoint. I'm the director of training. I do the programming for Game Changer. I make sure the coaches are up to standard and their continued education is up to par. I like to say that I'm an extractor of excellence with kids, having them do things that they don't think they can do. And that's part of the beauty of strength and conditioning and training, is that you can help people realize their full potential and really get there. I'm a pain in the ass. People tell me that all the time, like, dang, why, like, just get off my back. But that's what a coach does, is push people and help people along the way. I'm a best friend to a lot of these people. They need a therapist, they need somebody to talk to, and I'm down to be that person as well. So I get to help people in many different ways, and that's what makes this career so rewarding. Now, Game Changer, this is where we started. Literally smaller than this room was the first gym. 600 square feet, just trained athletes, and we've taken a big step since then. Since then, we moved into a new facility, and we just recently expanded, and this is where we are now. We have over 350 members, active members, 70% adult, 30% athlete, and we also train Governor Livingston's baseball and hockey team during their off season. So that's the space, and we're really rocking and rolling now. What the goals are for today, like I kind of said before, is I want you to gain clarity on what you want to do after this. When there's no more school and you have to make a career, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? Maybe I'll provide that experience that I got from the Jets and scaring you away, or getting you really super excited to pursue something that you want to. And then I want you to help you understand like what the fitness industry is, and how at such a young age you can get out there and really dominate, make a really good career for yourself. So if you guys get this out of that today, that would be a huge success. So I have a couple questions for you, and I want you to kind of interact with me on this one. Strength and conditioning and personal training is kind of what we do at Game Changer, and I want you guys to tell me what the first things that come to your mind is when I ask you those two things. So if I said, hey, strength and conditioning, what are the first things that come to your brain?
Workouts.
Strength and workouts, yeah.
Cardio.
As a coach, like what are you're lifting, right? What are your responsibilities as a strength and conditioning coach? Diet and nutrition.
Make sure they're doing it right.
Form, safety. When you hear that, what do you think of? You think of general pop, you think of athletes. What do you think when you hear strength and conditioning? Athletes, right? Probably at a pretty high level, pro, college, and that's what people mostly think about. Now, what about personal training? What's different about that? Men, more general pop. What's the size of like coach to person, do you think?
Like one-on-one.
One-on-one, okay.
Maybe some group classes.
Some group classes, cool. And I asked you this for a couple of reasons. Number one is, this is what you expect when you hear strength and conditioning. One crazy dude hype in the weight room, yelling and screaming to a team of like 20 to 50. That's what you think of, right? That's the Alabama strength coach there, and then recently, I love this guy's mustache. You can't really see it here, but if you see the Oregon strength coach, it's hilarious. That's what you think of, right? Oh, this is going to be awesome. This is a career that I want. I want to be a strength coach for a college team, and that's what strength conditioning really is. But here's the reality. Yeah, that is true, yes, in some places, as you can see. But here's the reality. This is a day-to-day basis. I train high school, middle school kids on a daily basis, and I couldn't love it anymore. You get to really impact kids at the middle school and high school level more than you could at college and pro. You get to change their lives in training, in sports, in confidence, and this is what reality is nowadays for strength and conditioning. This is where you're really going to help people. And then for personal training, like you guys said, it's one-on-one, yeah. Personal training, you work at Retro, you have your book, you train people for an hour, you count their reps, you spot them a little bit, and then they're gone. Now in the fitness industry, it's a little bit different. Small group training is what we do, it's our bread and butter, and that's where the fitness industry is going. So we had Game Changer, our bread and butter program is the small group training, and it's never more than a 6-to-1 client to coach ratio. Most of the time it's like 4 or 3-to-1. So this is me working with a group of men one Friday morning, and this is what it's going to. It's no longer one-on-one. It's now like 4-to-1, 6-to-1, and it's like a family atmosphere, and it's really good, and people enjoy it. And they don't even mind not being one-on-one anymore. They love the environment and the atmosphere of having other people around and having personalities and a coach that knows everybody just like they know they should. And here's the main gist of what I wanted to go over is the 7 keys to make it in the fitness industry. I want to go through this pretty fast and then have like conversations afterwards. I'd rather not stand here and talk to you guys. I'd rather talk with you. So I hope that like all of these elicit like a lot of things in your brain that you can bring up and we can have conversations about afterwards. Number 1 is realize what you're getting yourself into. This ain't easy. I can tell you right now, like I'm tired all the time. It's tough. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but the hours are the best. But it's so rewarding if it's really what you want to do. You get to change people's lives, really, and help them. If you're willing to put in the work, it could really be something that you take pride in down the line, but you really need to realize that, like, hey, it's not going to be easy, and this is something that you're getting yourself into in the fitness industry. You have to come batteries included. What that means is you have to be driven, you have to be passionate, you have to be determined, you have to want it. If you're somebody who comes in and punches the clock just for a paycheck, I can promise you this is not career for you. You don't want to do it because that's not the kind of job it is. The hours don't list that, and nor does the pay at first. So you want to be passionate. You want to be able to come into work every single day with a drive to just be the best and help people, because that's really the only way you'll survive in the industry. Next is you have to be constantly growing. You have to be constantly growing, because if you're not growing in this industry, you're dying, and here's why. It's ever changing. It's crazy the things that are coming up through studies and science on a weekly basis that change things. So if you're not staying on top and keeping your education right, then you're gonna be falling behind, and you're gonna be doing things that shouldn't be done anymore. And these people and the competitors around you that are doing the right things will be the ones that are succeeding while you're falling behind. So you gotta always stay on top of your game with education. That really comes back to having a drive and passion, because you have to want to seek it. You have to go out of your way to find seminars and podcasts to listen to or books to read, because it's not going to be put right in front of you. You have to have that like passion for the industry. Now I want to get better and I want to learn these things, because if you're not seeking them out, you're not going to find them, and then you're falling behind, like I said before. You have to find a way to add value further than expected to the company that you're within. So put it this way, this is not like a normal business. Right? In a normal business, you do well at your job, you move up the ranks, and there's always a ladder that you're climbing up. In personal training and fitness, there's really the owner and coaches, right? So in order to move up in your career, you have to add value outside of just coaching. You either have to be the best coach, you have to be able to lead, take over a management role, or you have to find something outside of just coaching to add value to the company. For example, when I first started, I was trying to be the best coach. I was doing as many hours as I could, but I found a revenue outside of just coaching that I could help the gym, and that was stretching. So I went to Arizona. I did FST for a week. It was a course that I got certified in, and I brought that back to the gym, and I was rocking and rolling with that too. So I found a way to add value to the gym outside of just coaching and doing what I was supposed to do, and that was ultimately down the line what really kind of excelled me to be able to have this position that I'm in now and be in this position to talk to you guys as well. And wear your hard hat every day. So for extreme example, I'll be at the gym tonight until 9, I'll be at the gym 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then I'll be at the gym till 4 o'clock or 9 o'clock tomorrow night as well. So there's days that you'll be there for literally the entire day, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. And that's just the nature of what we do. And here's why. People either work or go to school during the day. And we have nothing to do with that. So we're just empty in the middle of the day. So before work and school and after work and school, that's where we're really rock and roll in the gym, and that's just reality of it. So sometimes you get there at 4 and won't leave till 9, but you have to be able to keep your head down, keep running, keep pushing, because no matter what happens, right? The people who come at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. don't know that that's your last class of 10 classes a day and you've been there since 4. You still need to perform for them. You have to put on. You have to be able to have that same energy as you had it early in the morning, because if you don't, you're not giving them the experience, and they're not getting what they really deserve out of you as a coach. And at the end of the day, that's your brand. That's what you're representing. Have a genuine care and desire to help people. This is an industry where people are what we do. I want to personally change the lives of as many people as I possibly can. And if you don't have that desire, then you don't belong in the fitness industry, because at the end of the day, that's what's rewarding, is you helping other people. So if you don't find anything like desirable in the fact that helping people is what you do, there's no point in you being in the industry, because you're going to be working those long hours, you're going to be tired for literally nothing. So you have to want to be able to help people. And that's what we do on a daily basis. At Game Changer, if you walk around and ask any coach, like, why do we exist as Game Changer? What is our sole purpose? And they'll say right off the bat, we change lives. That's what we do, and that's why we do it every single day. So if you don't want to help people, there's really no reward within the industry. And lastly, and it's my favorite, be a pro. So here's the thing. Me dressed right now in this is significantly better than you'll see me in the gym. I'll probably have this on, a pair of shorts and a pair of shoes. So put it this way, right? And I want you to answer this. If me standing in shorts, a Nike zip up, and a pair of Nikes, standing next to a dude with a suit on, nice, it's tailored, it fits well, right off the bat, just off perception, who do you trust and respect more? Probably the guy in the suit. Right. So we're at a disadvantage. Not only are we young, we're not in the right clothes. People come in who are adults, maybe 50 years old, they have to respect our decision making, our authority, and our knowledge to be able to train them. So how do you do that? Number one is wear clean shoes in the industry. That's number one. Because listen, if I wore this with crappy shoes, you'd perceive me differently. You'd be like, dang, look at this guy wearing, man. But if I have nice shoes on, it's like, okay, it's kind of put together. Number two, don't be on time, be early. I always say we run on Lombardi time. Lombardi time, it means 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late. 15 minutes early for everything, especially for your shifts, because you got to be prepared for the people that are coming in. And the way that you carry yourself. I have these two pictures up here. You have to be humble. Like, you can never talk about yourself in the industry. It's always about other people. It's always about carrying yourself in the right way, having pride, having confidence, like the kid in the top right. Having a perfect balance of being humble and being confident is awesome within the industry, because you need to be able to coach people, and especially coach people that are maybe twice your age. I've trained people right now that are the same age as my mom and dad, and they respect me, and it's because of the way that I've carried myself throughout the years. So it's having that confidence and being able to be humble with it as well. So here's an overview of what we just went over, the 7 keys. Number one, understand what you're getting into. It's not easy, and it's never going to be easy. Come batteries included. Have that passion, have that drive. You must keep growing. No matter what happens outside of this classroom, you're going to have to keep growing and keep learning, because it's changing every day. Find a way to add more value than expected. Wear your hard hat every day. It's a grind, but really at the end of the day, everything is out in the real world right now. 9 to 5s are kind of going out the window. You're going to have to find a job that you really want to love and do every day and grind and hustle at it. have a desire to help people and be a pro. So to kind of wrap things up, our internship program, like I said before, is our hiring tool. Literally, we don't do anything like job posting for positions anymore. We just hire through our internship program. And the reason being is because we find great talent as coaches right out of college, because you guys are driven now and you want something in the industry, and you could learn our systems and everything that we do through your internship program and then flourish to be an awesome coach. We have 2 coaches that came in the same internship class from Montclair. I think they've been with us for like a year and a half now. But they came fresh out of college and wanted to learn. They did such a great job. We didn't necessarily need coaches at the time, but they were just 2 great kids with talent and wanted to be there. So we brought them on, and they're now full-time coaches for us. We run internship programs every 6 weeks. Why do we do that? Because we always want to have help, and we always want to have people there learning our systems and growing. We want to help people, as well as we want to provide as much opportunity for you guys to get in there as possible. I understand that sometimes it doesn't really work out with the schedule of the actual internship program here or at a different school, whatever it might be. So we're always flexible. We can start whenever and whenever. You can have more hours than this, but we run it every 6 weeks, minimum 15 hours a week. You'll meet with me for an hour just over coaching stuff. We'll be on the floor and we'll be hands-on. We'll be talking about exercise, coaching, cueing, interpersonal skills, all that stuff. We're flexible with your schedule. We understand that you have class, you have work, you have to make money somehow. So we're definitely flexible with that. And we do group interviews at Game Changer the Saturday before the internship starts every time. So it'll be a group of people in the gym, kind of just talking. We do speed dating with the coaches, so I'll have 4 of my coaches there, and you'll kind of just bump coach to coach. We'll talk to you about things. But then we'd start the next week rocking and rolling with another 6-week internship group. So if this is something you're interested in, I kind of told you what Game Changer is all about. I'm going to give you my information at the end. Please don't hesitate to reach out. And it's definitely a good opportunity. Do you have any questions? Anything?
I do.
Could you talk about the certifications necessary to
Yes.
do what you're doing?
So we've moved to a requirement to have your CSCS to be a coaching Game Changer. And what we've done is we kind of help the coaches that we have right now along the way, as in studying, preparing, and taking the test. I got mine when I was a senior in college. And then after that, we do a lot of certifications at the gym. So we've done CFSC, which is Mike Boyle's certification. We've done the CPPS, which is Joe DeFranco and Jim Smith's certification at the gym. So all of our coaches have like 5 or 6 certifications, just because we do a lot of things to keep growing and staying on top. But if the question was what's required, I would say SCSCS for sure, for sure. Go ahead, check the Jets. Why? I love the Jets. All right, so the job itself, right? Pro and collegiate strength and conditioning. It's tough to. There's no job security really, and it's tough to maintain a family. And here's why. Let's say the head coach of the Jets gets fired tomorrow. It happens all the time, right? The whole staff's gone, basically, in most scenarios. And then you and your family have to up and move somewhere else to get a new job. And I just didn't think that was for me. I wanted to be stable, I wanted to be secure, I wanted to have family time. So basically, life outside of the strength and conditioning aspect kind of weighed in a little bit heavier for me. I wanted to be able to have a family down the line and be secure and stable, and that's where I am now. I know there's stuff out there.
Going back
Yeah.
to when you were an undergrad.
Yep.
How did you prepare yourself for this or for the future, or what can you tell younger students that were in your position on how to approach our field?
Internships. I've learned so much within my #1 Rutgers internship, #2 I learned a lot at the Jets internship, and then my first 4 weeks at Game Changer I learned like more than I ever thought I could ever learn. It's because I'm outside of the classroom now, and I'm reading and studying the things that I want to and I should be, and I can kind of guide my own way. But I would say internships for sure, and not only from the educational standpoint, but from like the networking standpoint. You have to know people, and if you know people and if you're in the right spot, then you're fine, you know. But if you don't have experience and you're just somebody that's been on the outside for a long time, it's tough to kind of knock down those walls and get into the fitness industry. But if you have a good internship and if you're attaching yourself to successful people, you'll be set up for sure. and then obviously doing the things that we talked about, and keep grinding and keep growing and all that stuff. Questions? And what we do at Game Changers, and I'll let you in on this, like I said before, now it's 70% adults and only 30% athletes. It's very cyclical with the athletes. During baseball season, the baseball players leave, but when it's off season, they come back. So we always have this revolving door of athletes, but we always have that program, and that runs from 4 to 9 p.m. Monday to Thursday night. We have 2 hours on Friday that we offer, and then 1 hour on Saturday morning that we offer. And then the adults are every morning and every night. Because we have so many adult members and we want to be able to outfit the gym to train all of them. Right now we have, I want to say, 5 full-time coaches, including myself. We have the owner, his wife works the front desk, and then we have a guy who does our back-end stuff, technology, website, all that stuff. So that's the staff at Game Changer. If there's any questions, please come on, keep shooting them out. Everyone want to have conversations.
I know you mentioned always like keep learning.
Yeah.
Some podcasts or any certain podcasts. Or
Yeah, of course. Mike Robertson has a podcast, the Physical Preparation Podcast. That's one of my favorites. He does a lot of like 1 hour shows, which are really good. And with that too is like if you're driving somewhere and you want to like take up time, throw a podcast on. Just kind of listen to it in the background or something like that.
Brett Bartholomew.
Mhm.
He just came out with a podcast.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that one. Yep, that's a good book to read as well. Yeah, and that's a good path that you're on. And a good questions you brought up too. If you want book recommendations, that's definitely something I can point you in the right direction. When you started the internship process at Game Changer, we have required readings for you to do, and the first 2 have nothing to do with training. First 2 are like interpersonal skills and mindset related. So it's definitely something that's important to us that you keep growing. And our education for the systems of Game Changer are all online. It's a teachable account, which is just video-based modules. And we recorded videos on literally anything and everything you'd have to know about Game Changer and how to become a really good coach. So you'll have like weekly assignments of videos to watch, books to read, and then we'll have conversations in the meetings afterwards. Anything?
You talked a lot about your interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
Can you talk about where it was when you first started to where it is now?
Oh yeah, great question. When I first started, I knew I wanted to work with athletes. That's what I wanted to do, and I was really good with bonding and connecting to high school, middle school age athletes. That's what I was good at. That was my niche. Then I had to start coaching the adults, and there's like nothing for me to talk about. I was like so awkward at first, but it's just experience. It's just trying to like break down doors with certain people and asking the right questions and talking about the right things. Always talking about them and asking about their family, what they do for a living, what they like to do for fun on the outside, and now I'm great. I've kind of come a long way in my interpersonal skills with the adults, just sheerly through experience and knowing the kind of right things to talk about. And then once that happens, once you kind of break down those walls, it's easy when you walk in. It's like your friends again. So I would say that it's kind of tough at first, I can't lie, especially trying to balance like a professional manner with being a friend with somebody. It's like there's a very like fine line there, but once you become friendly with them, it's so much easier to have those connections. And then training becomes easier because that's your friend that you're training instead of somebody random off the streets as well. We could take more questions, but I wanted to leave this up here. That's my personal cell phone number and my email address. Feel free to take that. Let me know if you're interested. Let me know if I can help you in any way. That's really what I love to do, is help people. So even if you're not interested in an internship, but you want like recommendations for something, you have questions about anything within strength and conditioning or within personal training, I'm here. And I would love to answer it anytime. If you have any more questions, I'm down. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So you can keep shooting. But if not, oh yeah.
Do you have any like anxieties about getting into coaching and training? Any
Did I?
worries about the-
Did I? I would say yes and no. I would say yes because at the time, and kind of right now too, like when I would tell my mom, hey mom, I'm going to be a strength coach. She's like, what? That's not a job? No way. But it is, and it's a very good job now. So at that time I was like, what am I doing? Am I really getting into the right thing? And then the experience of knowing exactly what I wanted to do within the personal training and strength and conditioning, I had a little bit of anxiety there, but now that I'm where I'm supposed to be, not anymore, definitely not. I can see that maybe there's a little bit there, but if there's hesitation about like the training and stuff like that, that's normal. It's like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. It's definitely normal, but that's why doing internships are so huge. Because listen, you could do an internship and be like, oh my God, that is not what I want to do. And that's the best thing that could happen, because that's 6 weeks or whatever it might be for an internship compared to you doing a job for the rest of your life and not liking it. So it's definitely huge to get experience within the field.
Where's the location of the gym again?
We're in Springfield, New Jersey, right off Route 22. Yep. It borders Springfield and Union. We've had a few interns come through from William Patterson, so that they're kind of by the area. So, anything? If not, you guys can talk to me after the class. I'll be here. I don't know what's gonna go on after this, but if you want to take over, that's cool with me. If you guys listen, I'm gonna shut this down. I'll stick around for a few minutes. If one-on-one you guys want to come up to me and ask questions, let's do it. I'll be here for another 10 minutes or so. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'll give, so my class, my 9:30 aerobic conditioning, will take 10-15 minutes before we begin. Feel free to pick his brain, honestly.